Salazar. Today I will be explaining the impact social media has left in today's society through the use of language, context, and meaning, while using three popular sites: Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. Social media and online behavior is a need in life of the 21st century. It provides insight of the topic and the distance from the real world and the virtual one. Social media often invites behavior and thoughts on a certain stance. It demonstrates the meaning on social norms through the social networking expression. Social media's influence is a marketing term that explains an individual's ability to affect the way other people think in an online social community. Social media has always been about popularity, which refers to followers and fame. The more appeal the individual has, the more promoting they will get. But social media is not only on promotion or fame. There are exploiting news to the world in a matter of seconds, Amber Alerts that warn others, and nowadays it is the fastest, easiest way to communicate in no time. Social media has impacted language through prioritizing self-expression to show on their beliefs, their thoughts, and/or views that will attract certain media followers, that will allow that one publication to grow and expand tremendously. And this is how language is conveyed. The words that surround us every day influence the words we use. Since so much of today's language that we see comes from screens such as computer, tablets, smartphones, and so forth, language evolves and relies very much on social media because it is a huge way for communication. And this is what has caused a rapid change today. Acronyms play a big part on social media. It is a nonverbal communication that is overviewed by those who use social media to explain or say something faster and/or easier. There are many forms that influence language today, but one that is seen a lot today in social media is rhetorical explanation. Ethos, pathos, and logos are certain type of forms that are expressed in social media that allow one to believe their use through their credibility, their emotion, and the logic. And it shows how it may persuade a certain audience. All these sources of language is what is influencing today's society and the tremendous impact language is leaving today. The use of social media reflects the understanding that media is useful for establishing and maintaining a relationship, such as entertainment, information seeking, and news sources. These contexts of social media are used to intersect with today's social society. There are various strategies that allow the level of influence to rise to essentially have more command on social media. This is an influence that will depend on several contextual factors, such as the timing, when it took place, and the way it was comprehended. Both mediated and non-mediated contexts affect on traditional mass communication and the way it was perceived. The meaning of social media is to see the development of technology and how it was played an important role in today's society. It is shaping politics, businesses, world culture, education, careers, innovation, and so much more. Social media has definitely dominated today's society, and it has greatly impacted every single person's life with its use. The benefits from using social media such as Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat are very much beneficial and good for one's ideals. They may bring connections with others, transfer messages, posts, news, and any sorts of data all over the world in a matter of seconds. It spreads news to all users, keeps one updated to anything that is going around, and it helps businesses expand, allows self-confidence, and finally, it allows one to come upon certain trends that are in style. As to connections, one is able to meet new people around the country, get new ideas, perceive certain things in a certain way, having an amount of followers or friends from the other side of the country that are able to share these certain things. One is able to connect with others through social media. These outlets, such as news, posts, and messages, are able to be quickly sent with just one click of a button. Posting new things allows family or friends who live far away to see what one is doing or how one feels. It allows users to keep up with exploiting news and what is going around the world with social media. One is able to search or view hashtags, read comments to know if there was an earthquake per se, or any sort of things like that. It promotes businesses as one can promote anything on social media where buyers can instantly just click on the promotion and buy it. Certain items in a matter of seconds. It brings self-confidence towards those who post pictures about oneself. There are like buttons, filters, and so much more to bring their self-confidence to rise. The good comments and or other comments bring their self-esteem so high that one will start to love their self for who they are rather than being in fear of how society may treat them. It allows one to see the new certain trends that are going on, to be able to know what is new and what is not, what just came out or new styles or what is happening with a celebrity or around the world. Instagram allows one to communicate, like, and comment on certain things to express how one feels. Twitter allows one to stay updated with the world with hashtags and so forth. Finally, Snapchat allows one to know their self-worth, their beauty, through using filters that allows one to feel so much better. These three social outlets have greatly impacted today's society with having these certain characteristics that allow one's ideal to expand each day with a certain medias posted. I will now demonstrate 3 social medias that have impacted today's society. The first one is Snapchat. In this image, one is able to see the filters this man is using. There are a variety of filters that may be used to have a sort of appeal. Many people in today's society are very low in their self-esteem because they are afraid of being laughed at. By using these sorts of filters that Snapchat gives, it allows one's confidence to rise. It makes one feel more comfortable about their own self, and it makes one feel better about their appearance. Snapchat filters allows a certain focus on one's face to make their eyes pop out a little more, or it defines their face a little better, to erase their flaws. By doing so, it attracts others and allows one to feel as if they need a filter to be beautiful. And slowly, their confidence grows. Snapchat allows users to feel more confident in their own skin, and it makes one not care less of what anyone else has to say in today's society. The next example is 2 images from Twitter. As seen in this image, one is able to see the new trends that have been going around and the news that in this case Donald Trump is informing his followers. The trend allows one to catch up on what is going on. It gives one a list of the best, most popular things or rumors that have been going around. It informs one about the latest news, and it gives personal ideals of what others have to say on the stands. By clicking it, it takes you to the hashtag that everyone is talking about, and one is able to see more information about the topic. It is listed in order as well as the most popular and to the least. The Donald Trump post allows one to see the fact that news such as politics is also shared, and one may view the insights on the topic to catch up on what is going on. The retweets and the likes also allow this post to be shared worldwide, and it allows one to view more stories like the one Donald Trump is explaining. It is able to be mailed as well to communicate with others and share their own ideals. Twitter allows one to be on the news and to be updated on what has been going on with everything around the world. The last example is an Instagram post. As seen in this picture, there is a model posing some clothing items. Instagram has updated its use to where one may click on the item that is wanted, and it sends them right away to the link where the brand is selling their clothes. Instagram is allowing to promote this clothing on one's feed to be interested and buy this piece of clothing, allowing that certain business, Jasper's Boutique in this case, to expand and grow as a company. The likes, the comments, the sharings, and the savings of the picture are a huge part of promoting and benefiting this clothing business as well. Liking the image allows its popularity to grow, sharing this image with other friends or people on the web to attract more buyers. Save the image to perhaps go back to it, and comments to leave the ideas on what one may think of the brand or the clothing, or reviews if anyone has bought from this clothing brand. Instagram allows us to see. By posting the picture, it allows buyers to be attracted and perhaps buy the item. Now here are some videos about how social media has impacted these certain people in certain ways. As a teenager, how has social media impacted you?
As a teenager, social media had both a positive and negative impact on my life. So positive, I was able to make new friends that live all around the world. I could stay connected to family that lived in a different state or that are far where I can't see them as much. Um, it also benefited by keeping me updated with like trends, with the new trends that go on in society and all the news from different places. But the negative effects it had on me was it created my self esteem to be really low. Um, Made me feel self cautious about myself and the way I look, and it creates like a stand to like if you don't look a certain way, then people start talking down on you because you don't fit into like the categories that are created by social media. But overall, social media had like a great influence to technology today and to myself.
Jose's interpretation about social media is that he may stay informed by anything that is happening around him, being able to communicate with others and to share what he is thinking or how he is feeling in a certain way. But it does bring his self-esteem down from all the judgment. But overall, it allowed him to become stronger and acknowledge that it is not all about judgment and the pretty faces. As a kid, how has social media impacted you?
Social media has affected me by my confidence or my communication with friends, as my way of communication is just by text and not in person. Since I've been using social media at such a young age, I never got to experience going out to the park or going out with some friends. It is all about FaceTime or did you see her new post or certain things like that. I feel like social media never really allowed me to be a kid.
Melanie's interpretation has allowed her to know that by using social media at such a young age has been able to be isolating her from the real world. She became so involved with knowing what was going on around her and not being able to communicate, took the chance of everything she could ever be doing as a kid, like playing with her friends or talking to them without using her phone. Do you use Snapchat filters, and if so, why?
Yes, I do use Snapchat filters because they make me feel confident, and they make me feel confident because they get rid of all my flaws.
George's interpretation is that by using Snapchat filters, he is able to meet the standards of looking good, to not be judged as he feels more confident about himself. Overall, social media has made a tremendous impact on today's society. It has evolved to a point where it has become very beneficial and it has allowed one to grow in a certain way. It is the most used source of media that keeps one updated with everything and it shapes who one is according to their stance in media. It is a great source that has become a movement in the 21st century with all of the social media it has in within. Thank you for watching.